Hi everyone. Today in this session I will be covering about how to work with flat files data source. Flat files means here it might be text files, Excel files or any other Word documents. So in this session I will be covering how to work with the text files. That means how to load the data from text files to the target table, and also we will be understanding how to perform lookup transformation, and also we will be understanding how to perform filter transformation. So in this session I will be talking about the mapping for one real-time scenario where we will be reading the data from customer data, which is a flat file, that means which is a text file, and then load the customer data from text file to the relational database table. While loading the data, all existing customers information to be omitted. Let's say out of 100 records in customer data, let's say if 10 records are already present in the database, then those 10 records should be omitted, and rest of the 90 records should be loaded under customer database table. Okay, here we will be using source table, which is flat file, text file. This text file is fixed width file. Okay, and our target table would be target underscore new underscore customer, and the transformations which we will be covering are lookup transformation and filter transformation. Okay, so now we'll go to Informatica Power Center Designer. I have logged in Informatica Power Center Designer using my credentials. Now navigate to Source Analyzer. This is my Source Analyzer. First, before we start, we need to import the source definition. Okay, so where is our source definition? Here our source definition is which is a text file, okay, which is a flat file. That's why in the previous session we have seen how to import the source definition from the database. Now we need to select import from file, where select all files. Here I can see this is my customer data. Okay, I clicked on this customer data. So before going ahead, I'll show you how the customer data text file looks like. So this is my customer data table, where I have customer ID, company name, address 1, address 2, city, state and zip code. I have around 100 records in this text file. So we will be loading all these records into database. Okay, but while loading, the existing records on the database should be omitted, and rest of the records should be loaded into target table. Okay, this is my customer data flat file. So now here you can see the same records. We can see the same records in preview. Okay, so here this is our fixed width file, text file, as I discussed. So click on this radio button, and what we need to we are importing the definition. That means only first row of the columns, first row of the column names need to be imported. So that's why import field name, check on the import field names from first line. Okay, then click on next. Now we need to mark each column to define the width of the column. So here this is my first column, and mark the second column. This is my second column width. Like this you need to mark all the columns. Okay, once you complete marking all the column widths, click on next. So you can see here, just cross verify the source definition here. This is our source definition which we imported from flat file. We can cross check all the columns and cross check the type of the column and cross check the width, okay, which we got from the source definition flat file. Now click finish. So now you can see this is my source definition. So once we complete creating source definition, now go to target designer. Okay, so here you see this is my source definition, and you can see the source definition is being added here in the repository navigator. So now go to target designer, and now what is target? So the target table also resembles the source definition table. So drag the source definition and drop into target designer. This is my target designer. Click on this and rename the target as new underscore tgt underscore new underscore customer. Now click OK and select the database type as Microsoft SQL Server. Click apply, click OK. Okay, but this source definition, this source table is not present. Target table, sorry, this target table is not present in my SQL database. So I will show you here, so you can see. So I don't have the target table here. Okay, to create the target table in database, click on targets, generate execute SQL, select this option and select all tables, and you need to check create table option. Now click on generate and execute. Okay, here you need to provide your database credentials. Correct. Okay, so now you can see the SQL statement processed. Now we will try to retrieve the database. You see here, this is my table which has been created, target table which has been created in SQL database. Now we can close this. So we have completed creating the target definition and also target table we created under database. Okay, once we finish this, now we need to start designing the mapping. So go to mapping tab, and this is my source definition. Okay, before that, in target definition we have imported this. Okay, now go to mappings. We need to the source definition here. So before dragging the source definition, first go to mappings, create new mapping, m underscore new underscore customer. Okay. Click OK. So once we create this, now drag and drop the source qualifier here. So this is my source definition. Also I can see the source qualifier being created here. Okay. Now, so after this, we need to, what we are going to do here is we will be loading the data from flat file. That is, this is my source flat file. Here you can see flat file, customer data from flat file to the database data table using few business rules. Here business rule is, if the customer data already exists in the database, then that should be omitted. Otherwise, the data should be loaded into data table. So to achieve this, that particular business requirement, we need to look into the database, right? So to look into the database, while loading, the system should look into database to omit the records which are already existing. So to look into the database, we will need to use the lookup transformation. Okay. So that for that I will be selecting transformation and create. So once I select create transformation, I need to select the lookup transformation. So click on this and I can give like LKP underscore customer LKP underscore customer click on create. So here it is going to populate you to select the source definition. Source means lookup table source definition. Here you can select the source, target or source qualifier, or if you want to select any other table definition from the database, you can select this. Here now here our target is present in the database, which is customers table. So this customers table is already existing in the database. Here I can see. So these three records are already existing in the database. So now, but in flat file, I can see 100 records are existing. So once I load this, once I start loading these records, while loading, the lookup transformation should see all these three records, and these three records should be omitted. So this is my lookup table where I need to see for existing records. So this is my customers. So now that's why here we need to select the source definition from the relational database. Okay, so now you can see here I can select the customers from customer table here for my source definition. Now click done. So you can see this is my source. Now you can see the source lookup source definition is being created. Here we are looking into the database to compare the customer ID. That's why we need to, I will be, here you can see the customer ID. I need to map the cust ID from source qualifier, because we will be comparing this customer ID with the customer ID that present in the existing database. Okay, so that's why I need to map the customer ID from the source qualifier to the lookup transformation. So once this is done, we need to set up the few properties in lookup transformation definition. So once double click on this lookup transformation, you can see transformation as per other transformations. Here you can see the name of the transformation. Now go to ports, where you can see all the port names, which is column names and data types and all these things. And you can see input port, output port as usual, but this is the new port which will be reflected for the lookup transformation. So by using this column, we will be looking up into the existing database for existing records. Okay, and so this is everything is as is, but the new thing here is the lookup port. Okay, now we will go to properties, where properties tab, you can see this is my database name, where I will be looking up for the existing records. Okay, and here what is this lookup caching enabled? That means this lookup transformation will be caching the values from the table. And here lookup policy, where let's say you can select either of the value here. In this case, let's say if you are looking up from the source file, let's say in source file I have employee ID as 1000. So now that 1000 employee ID, now this lookup transformation is going to look for the 1000 employee ID with the lookup table. So let's say if it matches 3 values in the lookup table, then which value need to be picked up. So here you can define which value need to be picked up from out of 3 values. So now here I will be selecting the first value to use. Okay, and rest of the values, so no need to bother about the rest of the values. Okay, now go to condition. Here we need to add a condition by clicking on add new condition. What is the condition here? We are doing the customer ID from the lookup table. If the customer ID from the lookup table equal, we need to select equal operator, and this is my customer ID from source file. Here the condition is check if the customer ID of the lookup table is equal to the customer ID of the source file, which is flat file, text file. Okay, so now condition is, I have selected the condition. Now you can see here, if you want to add a new condition, you can click on this new condition. Otherwise, click on apply, click OK. So now here we have completed creating the lookup transformation. So by this we have created the lookup transformation. So what does this lookup transformation do? Again I will explain you. If the customer ID already exists in the target lookup table, if the customer ID is already existing in the lookup table, then this transformation is going to return the customer ID. If the customer ID is not existing in the lookup table, then this transformation is going to return the null value. Okay, right. So now we need to, once we got the null values and the customer ID value, then based on the customer ID and null values, we need to filter out the existing records, right? The existing records should be filtered out from the source file while loading. So to filter out the existing records, we need to add the new transformation, which is the filter transformation. For that, we go to transformation, create, and select filter transformation here. Now I'll name it as FLT underscore customers. Click on create, done. So this is my filter transformation. Now I need to select all the columns from source qualifier and map them to my filter transformation. Okay, I have mapped them to filter transformation. And also we need to map the customer ID as well to the filter transformation, as we are comparing the customer ID of the lookup table with the flat file customer ID. Okay, so now again we need to set the properties in the filter transformation. As usual, you can see select transformation, which is the transformation name. You can see the ports. This is normal, just input ports, output ports, and go to properties. Here we need to set a property filter condition here. What is our filter condition? So what is our filter condition? I will explain the filter condition here. This is my filter condition. Okay. So what is my filter condition? If the customer ID is null, then pass the value to the target table. Okay, if the customer ID is not null, then filter out the customer ID. Okay, if the customer ID from the lookup table is null, then pass it on to the target table. If the customer ID returned from the lookup table is not null, then filter out the customer ID. Okay, we will validate whether it is correct or not. So you can say expression passed successfully. Click OK. Now click OK. Apply. Click on apply and click OK. Okay, so just right click here, arrange all. Okay, I will explain what is the what is till now what we did. Okay, this is my source qualifier from where I am reading the customer data. Okay, so once I read the customer data using my lookup transformation, I will be looking up into the lookup table to compare the customer ID of the flat file with the customer ID of the lookup table. If the customer ID is already exist in the lookup table, then it returns the customer ID value, else it is going to return. If the customer ID is not present, then it is going to return a null value. So once that output is transferred to the filter transformation, where this filter transformation is going to take the input from the lookup table. If the input is null, then the filter transformation is going to pass the value to the target table. If otherwise, if the input value from the lookup table is not null, then it is going to filter out the customer ID. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to put the target table here. Definition, target table definition. So where is my target table? This is my target table. Okay, but I can see here, this is my new target table. I will be dragging and drop the target table here, so to form a target definition. So this is my target definition, and map the columns of from filter transformation to the target definition. Okay, now again right click and arrange all, click on arrange all. So by this I have completed creating the mapping. Now we need to validate the mapping. Click on validate. So you can see completed, no errors, everything is valid, and go to repository, click on save to save our mapping. Now this mapping is already saved. So after this our next target is to create a workflow. So this is my workflow. So how I came to workflow, again I will show you. Just go to workflow manager button, click on workflow manager button, click OK. Here this is my workflow manager. Go to workflow designer. Now first go to workflow to create a workflow. Okay, and click on create new workflow. Now name the workflow w underscore new underscore customer. Click OK. So this is my start point for the workflow. Now associate the session with the start point of the workflow. So once I drop the session here, I can see it asked me to associate the mapping which we created using designer. Okay, this is my newly created mapping. I'll show you again. This is my mapping which is newly created. Okay, that is being reflected here. Select on the newly created mapping, click OK. Now link the start point with the session. Done. Now double click on this session and see the properties here. Go to mapping, click on source. This is my source where you can see file reader, and you keep the file reader as is, and here I need to provide the source file directory, which means the path of the source file. What is my source file path? This is my source file path. Copy this source file path. Here is the source file path. This is my source file path. And go to set file properties here, and go to advanced properties. Here you can see null characters. You can set null characters where just keep all the values as is. You know, I think this particular flat file is in line sequential file format, right? So line by line, the sequence of the records are based on the line. So check on this line sequential format. Number of initial rows to skip is 1 because the first row contains the column definitions, means column names, so that needs to be skipped, and rest of the rows are the records which needs to be loaded. Okay, now click on OK. Click OK. So done with the modifications for the source properties. Now go to target properties where this is my connection. Go to here, select the SQL connection, click OK, and now here target load type you can select as normal, no need to select the bulk. Okay, and keep the rest of properties as is. In the same way, now go to transformations where I'll be going to look up customer, because this lookup transformation is going to look up the table from the database. So here the same way I need to provide the connection here. Okay, select the SQL database connection, click OK, relational database connection, and no need to change any of the property here. Now click apply, click OK. Okay, now we need to validate the workflow. Validate. Okay, the workflow is valid, and now go to repository and save the workflow. Yes, my workflow is saved without any errors. Now before running workflow, just I want to show you again the target table. Here this is my target table in the database. Okay, and this is my lookup table, which is the customer table. This table is already existing with the 3 records. So these 3 records, while loading the records from the flat file, while loading the records, 100 records from this particular flat file to the target table, these 3 records need to be omitted, as the records are already exist in the database. Okay, now we need to run the workflow. We'll run the workflow and see. Right click on the session and click on start workflow. Once you click on the start workflow, then it is going to navigate to the workflow monitor to see the task progress. So now it is executing. See, now it is connected, and see here it is running. This is successful and this is also successful. Okay, now we will see what happened to my database, whether all the records, 100 records from my flat files are loaded by considering the business rules, where all the existing records needs to be omitted and rest of the records needs to be loaded into database. So now I will run the query again. So now we'll see 101, customer ID 101, 102, 1050 are already existing in the database. Okay, you see here the target table does not contain the customer ID 101 because already exists. Even 102 is not here. Okay, and go to 150. So where is 150? First of all, we will see all the records are loaded or not. You see all the records are loaded. 100 records are loaded within a minute. Okay, Where is 1050? We'll see 1050. You can see here 1049 and 1050 is omitted and 1051 is added. Okay, so all the 100 records are loaded successfully without any issues. Okay, by this I think it took almost not more than 10 seconds to load all 100 records by considering the business rule. So by this we have completed learning the filter transformation, lookup transformation, and how to read the flat file source data and how to load the data from flat file to the target table. Hope it is very useful for everyone. I'll cover more topics in the coming sessions. Bye everyone. Thank you all.